Rev up your engines! Okay, you want to know about what's in new cars? There's a 2024 Jetta GLI. Everybody knows I'm not a Volkswagen fan, but I'll show the pluses and minuses, and the owner is totally honest about it. Now, it comes with a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty, but the guy who bought it's no fool. He paid $1,900 for the Volkswagen 100,000-mile, 10-year warranty because he knows it's a Volkswagen, right? He likes it, it's zippy, and he paid $28,000 for it, so it's a relatively low-priced car these days. Now, you might wonder why people still buy Volkswagens, right? Are they all crazy? Well, maybe they're crazy to some extent, but for $28,000 to get a zippy car like this with the 6-speed manual and a turbo that really hauls down the road for that price, you know, and they do handle well. That's how they sell these things. Just the plain Jettas, this is a fancy GLI, and it's an anniversary edition too, but just the plain Jettas, they've sold millions of them because they don't cost much and they're pretty zippy. Now, he was smart. He bought the warranty because, as we look under the hood, this baby's only got 6,000 miles, but he burned in a little oil. He had to add oil to it, and fuel rail was rattling, and Volkswagen had to fix that free, and believe it or not, they also had to replace one of the CV boots because it ripped and the grease leaked out. Now, quality control, these are made in Mexico, realize that. Yeah, getting that extra warranty was probably a smart move. Look at all the plastic. The intake's plastic. There's plastic everywhere. And I guarantee you between now and 10 years from now, if he still has it under warranty, a bunch of this plastic stuff's gonna start breaking. That's what happens with Volkswagens. Door handles, motor parts, they make stuff out of plastic. To build a car that's as fast as this and fun to drive and be able to sell it at a profit for $28,000, of course, you know they're making it in Mexico because the labor's cheaper. There's something there. But there's an awful lot of plastic parts in it that are going to break when it gets older. I mean, hey, the CV boot already broke. They had to insulate the fuel rail, you know, and it's only got 6,000 miles on it. Even the owner said, you got to get that warranty because, hey, they'll break the bank if you keep them any length of time and don't have a warranty on them. It's got over 225 horsepower, got a turbo on it. It's plenty zippy enough. You get an engine, you put a turbo on, it's going to wear out faster, but then again, he's got a 100,000 mile, 10-year warranty on the engine. So if the turbo blows up, the engine blows up, Volkswagen's going to have to fix it for free. And let's face it, it's already burning oil now, so odds are he's going to cash in on that engine warranty maybe 1 or 2 times between now and 10 years or 100,000 miles. Understand, there's a price to pay to get a lot of power out of an engine like this. They're notorious for being oil burners as they age. That's just because the turbos and the way Volkswagen makes their engines are zippy, but they all tend to burn oil. His friend's got one of those Audi 2 liters, and he says he puts a quart of oil in it practically every time he puts gasoline in it. So, but his friend likes the Audi too, because they're zippy cars. And this is a GLI 40th anniversary. I mean, look, it's beautiful. It's got nice, really comfortable seats, 6-speed manual transmission, and actually quite a bit of room in the back seat. So we'll check the trunk. Okay, so hold on, up it goes. Hey, for a sporty car, look at that. And that's with the seats up. There's a lot of room in this trunk. And the Germans are normally relatively conservative with their paint setups. And I mean, it's a nice gray. It's really nice gray with black trim. Nice wheels. Now, he does complain. It's got crappy hand-cooked tires. As he said, what do you expect when you pay 28 grand for a car? You're not going to get really fancy tires. When these wear out, he'll put better tires on them, right? He's using these. You drive them until they wear out, then put better ones on. There's always something going on if there is a price differential. Take an analogy like Subaru. Subarus make decent cars, but lately they've been really cheapening them down. Instead of putting on regular gaskets, on the valve covers. They're using silicone glue, and then when it leaks, you got to pull the engine out, replace the 2 sets on each side, which is a real pain in the butt. Now, mind you, they don't do it till they get 100-something thousand miles, but still, to sell the Subarus at the lower price they sell them, you get somewhat lower quality, and in this case, they just put lower quality tires on. You can change that anytime you want. So let's take a look inside. Okay, we'll sit inside, and man, these seats are comfy. Got the push button start. Oh, it's zippy, and he's a young guy driving fast. He's still got 31.3 miles a gallon driving it. Very nicely integrated screen, not some ugly thing that's stuck on, I gotta say. It's got a good design. 6-speed gearbox for zooming along. And of course, it's got electric parking brake. They all do. And you can change the various modes. Custom driving mode. You can have eco, comfort, normal, sport. Of course, we'll put it on sport because I'm driving it. And aerodynamically, it's set up nice. The heating AC is all just down here. Simple to do. You don't have to keep guessing about 8 million things to set. It's all just simple at your fingertips with actual clicking dials. Not some stupid thing that you got to keep pushing computer buttons. Actual clicking dials. I like that. Backup camera looks pretty good. Nice wide angle. You get a good view if anybody's near you. It even says, look, safe to move. Doesn't have a sunroof, which is fine with me. I think they're stupid anyway. It's got a very smooth idle. Modern technology makes 4-cylinder engines idle nice and smooth. Look, a manual seat. I can move it back, I can move it forward. I don't have to worry about electronics braking. So we got sport mode. Put it in reverse, and here we go. Here we go on the world's worst roads, Rhode Island, at least the United States' worst roads, and we'll see how it handles these bumpity things, and really quite well for a small wheelbase car like this. And I've got it on sport mode. I don't even have it on comfort mode. These are nice handling cars. There's no arguing that. That's how they sell them. So here we go up the hill, and we'll see how zippy this thing is. Here we go. Nice and zippy, especially when that turbo kicks in. Hey, this thing's fun to drive. Not fun to fix, but it certainly is fun to drive. And with this warranty, you didn't really have to worry about anything as long as he doesn't run into something. Nice, stable stopping. Gotta say, they're a whole bunch of fun to drive around. There's no arguing that. Just make sure you get the warranty if you buy one brand new and don't have to think about anything for 10 years or 100,000 miles. Steering wheel, it doesn't just look good. It's not just form, it's function too. It's just the right size for doing some serious driving. And the power assist is phenomenal. You don't feel any kind of lag. It doesn't oversteer or understeer. It's a fun car to drive. And unlike the one I tried out the other day that the guy only paid $2 grand for, this one doesn't backfire. It just goes. No popping on this one. The gauges here, oil temperature, everything's set up. It's a nice car for zipping around in for $28,000. Well, he must have been driving it hard, because now, look at me. I was driving it hard. He was driving it harder than me. Now he's getting 39.6 miles a gallon. Now, an interesting sideline here is, it's a turbo, but you're running on regular gas. Look. Regular. You don't need to put high test in. Got power and gas mileage, and you can use the cheap gas. The technology's there today that they can run turbos and fast engines on regular gasoline. You don't need to buy something that's got to run on premium gas. Now, a lot of companies actually lie about it and say they have to run on premium. I've seen tons of people with Acuras. They never put premium and they run perfectly fine. Now they're going to lose a few horsepower. Granted, like the Mustang EcoBoost 4. It's like 340 or something with high test, and then it loses about 40 horsepower with regular gas. But this runs on regular gas. That's all he's running it, and it runs perfectly fine. So this is what you get with a brand new Jetta GLI. Fun to drive, but I mean, I'm thinking 6,000 miles and it's already starting to burn oil. A good thing he bought the warranty. Boy, if I had a car like that, I have cars that are 30 years old and don't burn oil. You know, this thing's only got 6,000 100,000 miles. And the CV boot grease came out. They had to replace that. It was under warranty, of course, but that just kind of shows you it's not perfection quality by any stretch of the imagination, but it is fun to drive. He's not going to have to worry about anything for 10 years or 100,000 miles. So what the heck? For 28,000 bucks, something that's this zippy and gets gas miles like that, that's how they sell these things. Volkswagen has sold cars in the United States for a long time because they're zippy, they get good gas mileage, and most people, they hope they don't break. Once they've had the Audi 2-liter turbo, they understand they break and they burn oil. Generally, they don't buy another one, right? But with a warranty, and I would never buy one of these cars without a warranty. I don't care. And this isn't some BS warranty company. This is through Volkswagen. So if the engine tranny blows, they're going to have to replace it. They have no way to get out of it. You don't mind spending that kind of money, and the warranty was only like 1,900 bucks extra. It's definitely worth it. They're a lot of fun to drive. They're nice looking cars, and they are zippy. That's why they sell them to people. These aren't cars that somebody who's going to buy a Corolla or a Toyota Camry are going to buy. They want something that's going to run forever. They don't care too much about too much acceleration. These, they can be a lot of fun. Yeah, they can fall apart, but with a warranty, hey, if you could be like the guy that came over here the other week with the GLI that he only paid a couple $1,000s for and then fixed it up himself, if you're mechanically inclined. I mean, this guy even rebuilt the engine and replaced the transmission, so you got to be pretty mechanically inclined. Maybe down the line, when he gets tired of this, some guy will end up buying it and do something like that. But if you want to get one of these things, basically, you're better off buying it new, getting a warranty, and then not having to deal with the Volkswagen dealerships, because if you know anybody who ever dealt with a Volkswagen dealership, they're like, I'm never going back to the Volkswagen dealer. I got to find a German mechanic somewhere else. And there's a lot of guys that work on German cars that don't work at the dealership, know what they're doing. They're going to charge money, of course, but at least you can find some honest guy that isn't crooked as the Volkswagen dealers are. Every time they turn around, they want a small fortune to work on the car. Now, you know what you get with a brand new one. You can decide, you want to spend 28 grand and buy the warranty for an additional 1,900, you got to do that. Or maybe you want something plain Jane. This is not a plain Jane car, but the fact that it's a 6-speed manual transmission, 96% of Americans don't drive manual transmissions. So they've only got a small market, and the people that want a car like this, some of them will be real happy driving this thing around. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.